5.
Check, check. To the river we go. There's the 8. Brad comes from way behind.
See if Alex wants to put out a block type of bet here. He checks. Brad's loving that 8 of spades. We'll go for value. Depends on the size if Alex is going to come along or not. Going to be hard for Alex to get away.
6,000.
Almost full pot. A large size from Brad.
6,000.
Alex, a very savvy player. Losing to 6s full, 7s full, 8s full, pocket 9s.
A9, A4.
That's right. Only really beating 10s or jacks.
What do you have, bro? Check back. Pair.
So much beats him. Early in the stream, he makes the call. And Brad is going to pick up 19,675.
About what he lost yesterday in that pot. He gets it back on hand number 2. So we know we're rooting for Brad for some run good.
But Yoda has been clocked at Usain Bolt-like speed, leaving the lodge after busting a tournament. You do not want to get in her way. When she busts, she says, I'm out of here, folks. She won last week, though, last month.
Yeah, I just joined it like 2 weeks ago. Dude, it's like $1,000 to get in. I was like,
I used to fuck around there when I was in high school right there.
yeah, I'm going there at Labor Day barbecue with some friends.
Oh.
There's the pair for Brad.
I went to high school Westwood.
Yeah. I really like that area. I was thinking about maybe moving to Spicewood over there.
It's a nice area. Safe.
Yeah.
It's cool. Well, any kids, doesn't matter, but you do have kids.
Yeah.
Good schools and stuff.
The place is really good. They got like a new chef. The place is really good food. The balcony.
Really?
It's like really, really good. Yeah.
What'd you pay?
The $1,000 initiation. But that's just for the social. There's a wait list for the tennis and golf. It's an extra like 1,000, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about Balcones Country Club.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I accidentally just registered for the wrong one. I just registered for the $3,000 mystery bounty tournament just now instead of let me get this right for you guys. Instead of did I really sign up for it? No, $3,000 mystery tournament, I think is what I signed up for. So let me go ahead and transition this. All right, we are rocking and rolling now. Definitely just signed up for the wrong tournament this morning. Not happy about that. It's supposed to be the the Daily Stack Monster tournament. So we are also going to register for that one as well. So I am now registered with 2 tournaments this morning. We got the mystery bounty, and so I am going to actually have to show you both of them. Yeah, here we go. So let's try making it a little bit smaller. We're folding. I'm going to have to figure out how to record this because here we go. We're going to start recording. I got 2 tournaments going here. I got the $1,500 daily monster stack and then the $3,000 mystery bounty. So we've got both of these showing. So just give me a second as I figure all this out. Table 2, table 1. Here we go. Move that over, and let's go with this. No, it's supposed to be here. There we go. Fade. All right, you might be able to see both of ours now. I've got clubs on both sides. Queen 9 of clubs over there. 2-5 of clubs in the small blind here. Definitely do a lot of folding. Not happy that I definitely just registered the wrong tournament. Definitely just registered for the wrong tournaments, but that's okay. We will get this rock and roll, and I definitely just late regged to 2 of them here. We have the $3,000 mystery bounty to the right, $1,500 mystery bounty as well. So this is a lot to try to record and get all the different hands. So I'm probably not going to have a hand for hand because I accidentally did this, and there's no way I can get a hand for hand this way. So let me try to clean this up a little bit so we can see both of the tables. Both of the tables might help to see, and that's what we need to see now, because now we got 2 tables over here. All right, do we got both tables up now? I think we do have both tables up. All right, fold. All right, so now that we've got both tables up here, you can see both of them. The one on the right. Let me see here. Let me see which one is which. Let me see which one is which. Okay. It's set up like this. All right, so all right. Oh man, this is going to be a little more difficult than I expected with the 2 tournaments. But I'm definitely going to be folding. All right, fold that one. And I guess we'll just stop in between each hand. Not sure how we're going to do this with two going today. It's going to be a little more busier than expected with 2 of these rocking and rolling. Jack 3 over here. We're going to fold that. Fold. You know what? Actually, what I'll do, I know what I'll do. I'm going to just have my, I'm just going to have just the $1,500 Monsterstack one up. I think that's what I'm going to do here. So we're going to put just that one up on your screen. So let me lobby. Go. I'm going to put just that one up on the screen. Got ace 2 over here. We're going to call that king 9 in the first fold over there. Let's see here. Oh, this is too much right now. Let me see here. Fold. Too much right now. I got way too many things going on. I can't do this, and I'm not happy. Where's my present at? There's the Monsterstack. Why are you not showing up? Fade, fold. All right. So I'm not going to show you the mystery bounty that I have here. Not happy that it literally signed me up for the wrong one. It is my fault, but all right, Jack 2 suited fold, but we will figure this out because my bankroll debt is not 40 anymore. I have to play 2 of them now. All right, that's fine. If you are here, come say hi. Stop on in. Pretty sure there won't be too many viewers this morning, but we are going to try to knock this out. Every hand. Got king 4 of diamonds here. What time is mystery bounty start? Ace 9 is small, and flat. Except he's going to raise 435. We've got ace 9. Depends what this guy does. All right, we'll see. Ah, flopped straight draw. I like it. We're in check position here. There's going to be a bet. We will call whatever this bet is. If there is a bet. On the turn, we'll fire away. All right, now we can fire away. Well, he calls. Oh, now I've got a pair. I don't have a jack in my hand. That's not the card I wanted. Not off to a good day today. Just how I feel altogether. I think I won that hand, though. King 10. Nope, I did not. You didn't even bet King 10? We're going to be in this world today. Not off to a good start this morning. Next hand, King Jack. Yeah, I accidentally started 2 tournaments this morning. Didn't do. I clicked on it. It opened up the wrong one. I bought in, and it's one I don't want to be in. This is the one we're supposed to be in today. I'm going to try not to get too upset about it because I'm playing 2 tournaments, and I don't want to play 2 tournaments. But I'm currently playing 2 tournaments, and that's too much for me right now, and I'm only recording 1. We're in King Jack offsuit here. And I'm almost thinking about punting the other one. I'm not going to lie. I'm almost considering punting the other one. But it's already on level 9, I guess. What time did this one start? It was definitely late registration. I think yeah, completely late registration. Not really happy with it. It started at 9. And so basically I am punting that. So we can say what it is there. Know what I mean? Old Man River. Fuck it. I don't even want to do this one anymore. You fucking serious? Oh, I guess I won. I thought I just lost. I was gonna be mad on that other one. I thought I was gonna lose. Oh well. I doubled up already in it, so I guess this is where we kind of want to be. Full. Yeah, I'm under starting stack here. what's happening. Did my internet go out? Okay, I'm like, what the heck? Everything froze on me. Across the board. Oh, my connection just went out? Internet's just going out left and right now. So if this doesn't stream, I'm sorry. Internet connection is going out left and right. Too many people on the internet in my household. That's what we use. Everything's the internet. I don't think anybody's even here, so I'm just gonna kind of talk to myself. Oh, call, fold. Eight, 5, fold. That's right, I had to call house.
The Jack of Diamonds gets there, so perhaps if you're fearful of any Ace-Kings, they now get there as well. All boats available. Everything has Terrace beat, but telling a story on the turn about a big hand, 20.4 in the middle. Brad has checked an action on Terrace in the cutoff with $20,000 at stake.
I'm gonna fire something.
Oh, easily. If I had another 1.5 weeks, I would have won.
Yeah. I mean, because you went from 19 to 15 pretty quick.
Super quick, yeah.
6 weeks or something, less, 5 weeks, right?
Poppy says Terrace has heart. He sure does.
Yeah.
How do you feel now compared to?
Good. Feel good, yeah. That's great.
Are you gonna keep it up or?
I want to lose like another
12,000 it looks like.
What's your weight now?
I weigh 186.
That's a healthy weight.
It's weird when I say.
Dude, shut up, Lolo. All right, call with King Jack suited here. King Jack offsuit. 1800 raise. It's 4. It's 3, 4. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Good thing we did not raise. I'm gonna.
Not interested in playing the King Queen. Alex, a suited ace 10. Might be thinking that Brad is 3-betting light on the button, perhaps, and he's reaching for yellows.
We'll call you when we get someone out.
4-betting at the wrong time, and Brad saying, finally.
It would make a good story.
I want it back really bad. It's $1,000, dude.
You should like not, if you get that one back, don't cash it in, man. That's like, keep it on your desk.
How
That's
rich
your
do you
limit.
think I am, man? I'm cashing that shit in ASAP.
How far down was it?
You could see it. It's like 2 feet down. Maybe 3 feet.
Call
like,
oh, I was like, is that a robot?
4 bets, $3,800. Brad puts in the 5 bet to 11,000.
You know, I didn't have a fucking coat hanger and bubble gum with me at the time for some reason. The one time I don't have it on me.
He's got his backpack here. Everything, it's like a MacGyver backpack.
Right,
Everything's
yeah,
in
that's
there.
the problem when you don't have a backpack. You forget your coat hangers and bubble gum.
Yeah, no bubble gum.
You have that, right?
What does Alex do here? Can he get away
You own coat hangers, yeah.
on the cheap?
Okay.
You own bubble.
We saw a 6-bet yesterday. It was aces. Can we see a 6-bet
Perfect.
with ace-10 suited?
Where's she at? Is she here?
Do we flat the 11,000?
But at a safe distance, of course. God forbid we share a room.
That's true.
Alex, with one of the best stares in the business, does not like to surrender light. But he's in awful shape here at 13% equity. Reaches for the bubble gum, makes the call.
Would have been easier to use cards and pocket.
22.7
Still fucking true.
in the middle, pre-flop. Brad's locked in.
Alright.
And what a flop for ace-10 of clubs.
I go get brunch. Or
The perfect flop for ace-10 of clubs, but you are still behind. As Brad takes a deep breath, all the chips will be going in, folks. Just buckle your seatbelts.
then we go get lunch.
Sounds good to me.
See what I did there?
Sounds good to me.
You know what they call that? Itinerary.
Depends what happens tonight.
Brad staring at the board. Alex
Bad feeling about it.
staring through Brad's soul. You see Brad take a look at Alex's stack.
Don't make me engage try hard mode.
Goes for 13,000.
The town is supposed to be 12.
And if you're Alex, this is going in.
Takes 45 minutes for some reason.
Yep. You try to angle me into staying there too.
Angle you.
You did. You were like,
George.
so I looked up Georgetown.
Watching the Lodge live stream here on a Saturday. Like and subscribe to all videos and channels.
There's stuff, man. There's just people.
There was an accident today.
This guy. Yeah. Hope it's worth the cultural exploration.
Borderline. Thank you.
Are you in Georgetown?
No, I'm in
Okay. In where? Cedar Park?
Seattle.
Okay, gotcha.
We're gonna open up. Queen Jack. First position. We're gonna open up to 500. I'm gonna have to re-edit this whole thing later. Trying to do 500 different things right now. Not too bad of a flop. Maybe gives us an ace. Take 2 seconds. Maybe bet. Maybe we can take it down. No, we cannot. So I don't know what he's on, but we're gonna check this out. All right, we'll check ace-5 suited there. Ace-5-3. Maybe we can take this down with a bet. I got top pair, top kicker. No raise pre-flop, just a flop. Feels like big cards in his hand. Maybe the combo comes along. I don't know. I got to build this stack up, though.
I agree with you. Can you think of someone that became more instantly poker famous than Robbie though? Just like instantly. She went.
Mike Postle.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point.
Everyone is fucking talking about him now.
What a turn card here for Brad. Broadway and top 2 for Dylan. Action turn card, likely to get all the chips in here.
I'm scared of talking about him.
No, dude. Okay.
Because like
Brad,
I was negative about him.
I was on that lawsuit. It was fake news.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wanted to? He put your name on
Brad checks. Dylan deciding on a number here, carving out some 5Ks.
Attorneys and they dropped him.
Oh, really?
And it's just under $11,000 here. So stand up, chat, if you want to see Brad win a big one. Hit that like button.
I don't want to I don't give a crap.
Brad in great shape here. Needs to fade, obviously, a king or a queen, and going nowhere with the nuts.
Mike Postle, you are great. You're the best man in the world. For the record, guys. You're a genius. You're a poker genius, okay? That's it. He can't sue me now. Which I think he did.
So that's the surprise
Has not done anything, you know what I mean?
of Dylan, but it can't be going anywhere here with the king and the queen. 2 pair.
Small chances, you know.
Is that your first beer?
No, I had 3.
Okay, 3.
This is my 3rd one.
Feeling good?
Maybe I'll have a casual beer.
Joey Ingram in chat says if the queen comes, he'll shave his head. Oh my goodness. Let's see what Dylan wants to do here. Looks at his cards again. It's still 2 pair, taking his time.
This is how I am normally.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
You love Mike
Kind of, hopefully. Well, in most cases.
4.9K in the live chat and growing. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like big pots like this one, hand number 29.
Don't do that, Doug. Doug, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. It's like this guy thinks that Mike Postle was
Making the call.
Makes the call. So pot at 66,000. We know the jam is coming. If the board doesn't pair here on the river, it's a deuce.
Check mark for
I heard
Brad.
that he sued a bunch of people. I don't want to go to court.
So he'll take his time and he'll rip all of it. 41.3. Stacks are about even. It's all in here. If you call the turn, it's hard to get away on the river here on the deuce of spades from Dylan.
This is a great pot. Massive. Huge.
Yeah, you've been paying close attention to it, Terrace.
No. We're talking about Mike Postle.
Terrace finally getting word that this is a big pot.
I'll just watch the stream and I'll look at all the pots. That's what I always do.
Can Dylan find a way to get away from this?
I don't think there's a way, Rick. I mean, if you're calling the turn and you see this river card, it's hard to get away.
I love it. I read it. I read the whole thing.
But if anybody can do it, it is Dylan, a very talented poker player, up-and-comer. You're going to be seeing a lot of him in years to come.
Buy Bill Perkins' book. It's the most amazing book. It will teach you how to think correctly about your life.
200, 400 with a $400 big blind ante at the lodge here in Austin, Texas on a Saturday. We thank you for joining us as Dylan's in the blender.
Great shot of
I
Dylan.
agree with you completely. I love that book. I learned a lot. I love the concepts that he introduced. Amazing. So, everyone on the stream, go buy the book now.
Dylan obviously blocking the sets, the kings, the queens, perhaps worried about tens, the ace-jack that beat him, but that's really about it.
Chat, what do you think? One if he calls, 2 if he folds.
No, it's honest advice, and I love it. I was telling all my friends.
It's a framework to how to evaluate.
Also the king of diamonds in Dylan's hand, so a little bit less likely that Brad would be doing this with a busted flush draw. Brad's already been felted once. You don't think he wants to be bluffing and risk being felted twice here, 29 hands into the session, so really smells like strength from Brad, and it is, but Dylan's hand is mighty strong as well. $107,000 in the middle.
pretty mixed between call and fold in
Like,
chat
if
right
you're
now.
living paycheck to paycheck, like if you're extremely poor, it probably doesn't really apply to you. But like if you have like a decent income, maybe 100K a year or more, read the book, okay? That's it. Bill Perkins, that was a great book.
Joey thinks the fold is coming.
Actually, no, I have not.
Jamin thinks the fold's coming. A lot of people think the fold's coming.
He has to collect the bet from you. That's what
It's just very, very hard there after you call the turn and you see this deuce.
Can't have that sitting over my head. I just gotta, when I lose a bet, I want to pull it immediately, because then I can't, like...
But Brad has to be strong here, and he is.
It'd be more fun to pay with a check.
That is a statue right
There
now.
you go. You know, like,
I thought it'd be really funny if, like, you just came to the stream one day and it said, like, reserved, and there was 2 stacks of pink. And it was like, and then it was just like, hey, Bill, there's a sheet open, and it just shows it, just, like, the money and, like, the reserve sign. How great that would be. He would probably like that.
Has he been to the...
He hasn't yet, no. This is only the second day we've
No, I'm saying, has he been to the lodge?
Oh, no, he hasn't been to lunch either.
not even a single
The
fact.
date, so, like, he's a busy guy. He travels around a lot.
Yes.
And then he'll be like, hey, like, they didn't go this week, and it's always like a week where it's like nothing's going on out there or whatever. So, and then when we have stuff, I invite him to go on visit. So
Dylan staring over at Brad. Brad makes the
call.
call. Yeah, makes the call. Brad, get paid $146,000, the biggest pot of his life. Right here, Saturday afternoon from the lodge after getting crushed yesterday. Brad on the comeback trail, and that's got to feel good for the young fella.
Coming to a vlog soon.
You are Locked On Illini, your daily podcast on the Illinois Fighting Illini. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back to another episode of Locked On Illini. Thank you for making us your first listen every single day. Simple reminder, we are free and available wherever you get podcasts and on YouTube, a part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Before I get started, I just want to thank you all, whether you're driving or you're listening to this at work or you're watching this on TV. You've made this one of the fastest growing shows on the network, and for that, I humbly thank you all. If you want to help the show, it doesn't cost you a thing. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got a good one here for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about Brad Underwood and Orlando Antigua getting involved in the recruitment of Caden Boozer, the number 19 overall player in the 2025 class. Also, we're going to talk about the good news that we're getting in on Devin Witherspoon, especially with the NFL season right around the corner. And it's Friday, so, you know, Friday means we're going to go over some news and notes from the week. This episode's brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase.
My mic's not even on. Here we go. 6-2 offsuit. And we're not even going to play because obviously this guy's got something. I don't. 6 deuce offsuit. It's not been my morning so far. 2, 6, 4, nothing again. Oh, yeah, I'm just literally everywhere. I'm not even going to try to take it. His ace 4 is going to take it down, and we're done.
A little late in the game to be going after the 5-star Caden, and right now I believe Duke, Miami, and Florida are the main teams that are being considered for Boozer. Caden is the twin brother of Cameron Boozer, who's the number 2 overall player in the 2025 class, and obviously both brothers are the sons of former.
All right, no raise. We're in the blind. 7-5 offsuit. See if we can do something. Nope. It's just one of those days. We're going to fold this.
Haven't said that themselves. It's more so what outsiders think. If one decides to go someplace, the other one will follow him. So interesting strategy by Brad. But let's talk a little bit about Caden Boozer. 6'4", 190, great size. He's a natural point guard. And if you've watched this show before, you saw me talk about Jasper about Caden Boozer. 6'4", 190, great size. He's a natural point guard. And if you've watched this show before, you saw me talk about Jasper Johnson and how his shooting and his scoring jumped out at me and how he could be one of the best scorers in college basketball next season. Caden is not the scorer that Jasper is. And again, there's people in college basketball today that aren't the scorer that Jasper Johnson is. But what jumped out to me about Caden Boozer is his IQ. He's a very, very smart basketball player, which kind of makes sense. Obviously, he's got NBA blood in him. But when he's on the court, he really seems to know what the right decision is. Funny enough, it kind of reminds me of the game tape I was watching of Kasparis, who I'm going to get to a little bit later in this segment. Caden can score. He can absolutely score, but he's not necessarily a high-flying type of dunker or anything like that. He's more of a crafty, knows which shots to get, and he can get his points. Both brothers won the gold for under the Team USA under 15s and under 17s. So they have a history of playing together and, being successful representing the country. And I know that's kind of big with Brad. He's all about building a culture, a successful culture, and that's kind of what he wants his locker rooms, as ever-changing as they are, to always be consistent with, to have guys who've won before on his team. So what brought us into this recruitment, especially so late? Stop me if you've heard this before. It was Orlando Antigua. Orlando is close to the Boozer family, and both twins had visited the University of Kentucky last season when Orlando was an assistant coach there. We all know Jeremiah Fears ended up decommitting from the 2025 class last month, and so Brad Underwood and Orlando Antigua are going in a different direction and going quite aggressively for Caden Boozer. I know I sound like a broken record, but again, hiring Orlando Antigua means that you get involved with the best players in the country. And Caden is just another example of being one of them. Having gotten word about this recruitment a couple days ago, I did get a chance to review some tape on Caden. And I said the first thing that jumped out to me was IQ. But he really does seem like the type of player that Brad Underwood loves, at least in this latest installment of the type of player that Brad Underwood loves. There's three things that Brad really seeks out in his recruits. Number one is height. Brad likes to have length on the court. I think he saw what UConn did last year. It's almost overpowering Purdue. And I think Brad is kind of chasing some of that strategy with his team this season. If you take a look at the guys that we have on our roster, they all have some pretty good length to them. Secondly, you need to be able to shoot. I don't think Brad Underwood recruits you at this point. You can be a top 10 player, but if you can't shoot the basketball, I don't think Brad wants you on his basketball team anymore. Caden can shoot. And third, Brad wants to play positionless basketball. He likes players where he can mix and match his lineups and throw different lineups at different teams and really go after other teams' weaknesses. And so Caden is another guy, kind of like Kasparis, who can play the one, or he can play the two. So he really does seem like the type of guy that Brad Underwood is going to be aggressively pursuing over the next few years. Now, I also wanted to bring up something that crossed my mind as well. A lot of questions were being asked when we were pursuing Jasper Johnson a couple months ago. Hey, we already had Jeremiah Fears at the time, and obviously we have Kylan Boswell and Jacques Uchonis on next year's team, who are there seemed to be a lot of guards already on the Illini. So why were we continuing to pursue or prioritize another guard? Well, Jeremiah Fears, obviously, he didn't quite work out. I think the recruitment of Caden Boozer suggests that the Jasper Johnson one might be going in a different direction. By the way, I'm actually hearing I might be wrong. It's not Kentucky that's leading for Jasper. It might actually be North Carolina. So that should be interesting. And again, he should be committing somewhere in the next week or two. But the fact that Brad Underwood is pursuing Caden Boozer now suggests that maybe Jasper isn't exactly coming to Champaign. But with Jeremiah gone, Jasper gone, we still have two guys on this team, right? Two very strong younger guards on this basketball team. The staff is still very aggressively pursuing another guard for next year's class. And I got to start thinking, what does that mean? I think that means that the secret is out on Kasparov. Obviously, word has gotten around that it looks like a lot of people are thinking that Kasparov could be a one and done. The footage that most people are watching on the Illini social media team, who, by the way, is doing a fantastic job, shows how skillful he is. I mentioned on the show, I didn't know who he was when I first heard his name. Decided to sit and watch some game tape, and I was floored by him, and he immediately became one of my favorite players in a very long time, and someone who I'm super excited to watch next season. But I think the staff itself now knows that Kasparov probably is a one and done guy. The staff knows that they're going to need another guard next year, most likely to play alongside Boswell. It's too late to get in on the ground floor on the KJ train, but you know what? You can still buy stock now before he really skyrockets once the season starts. And the other thing is, what I loved about Kasparov is how well he could play with a guy like Kylan Boswell. Again, you have 2 point guards on the floor. And if Kylan stays on the team next year, you have the same case.
All right, we have 10-9 offsuit in the big blind here. We're going to check. It's been around to us. We got top pair. With that, with the flat, we had 9, pair of 9s here. Let's see if we can take this down right off the bat. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to call his 8. We're going to see how this goes here. All right, now we've got an open ender here, 9. And now I go ahead and bet 2,000 on that turn. We got 10-9. Haven't really played a lot of hands here, so we're pair of 9s, open-ended straight draw. All right, we'll call. Let's see what we got on this river. Just not been a good day for us. We might just punt this today. I think I just might be done. Hit the straight on the turn. Yeah, we're done today. It's been a